Antony Starr, who played Homelander on The Boys, posted this on social media where he basically said, we created a monster with Homelander and I will miss him. And that got to be something when you play a character that you identify with, that you love, that you help build up. And now you have to say goodbye to that character. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. You know, we can go back to Gunsmoke. The Honeymooners. Doesn't matter what genre it is. You create this legendary character and now you have to say goodbye to this character because this character changed your life. And Antony Starr should have been nominated for an Emmy for playing Homelander. He was one of the best. If you look at the best characters on TV over the past 10 years, Homelander is definitely one of them. And The Boys should have been nominated for best drama over the years. But this is the snobbery of the Emmys and the Oscars. They do not like superhero or fantasy stuff. Like, I don't even know why the Oscars don't have a category for either superhero, fantasy, or blockbuster. Because they need these films to power Hollywood so they can make money for these independent features. And the same thing with TV. TV comes in many shapes and sizes. We all enjoy different types of shows. And The Boys on Amazon Prime has found its audience, and people love that show. Yet there's no category for best fantasy sci-fi. The only show that they've really given a full pass to is Game of Thrones. Well, for whatever reason. I don't know, because they had a lot of sex early on in Game of Thrones. When it was like really freaky and they say, oh, they got sex, we'll nominate this. I don't know what it is, but it's a show about dragons. But they gave it a free pass, but then they virtually ignored. X-Files got some love, but not as much as it should have gotten. X-Files, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Battlestar Galactica, definitely The Walking Dead. All these shows at their peak should have been nominated for best drama. If not, there should have been a special category for them for best sci-fi, best fantasy. And The Boys falls right into that. The show debuted in 2019. My buddy Daryl was telling me about that show then. And I was like, man, this sounds really interesting, but I didn't have Amazon Prime. And then I finally saw it like a couple of years ago. And I was like, oh my God. Because The Boys is based off a graphic novel. And it's just the whole superhero genre turned on its head. And it's just like, take your favorite superhero and make the most evil versions of them. And that's The Boys. And it's just amazing. Like, Homelander is the most horrific character I've seen. But you root for the guy. You know this guy is pure evil. But the way Antony Starr plays him, he's so charming. It's like, oh, he's like Don Draper, but super evil. Oh my God, Homelander is the best. So I'm kind of curious how the show's going to end. Yeah, Starlight, Ariel Moriarty, especially those first years. Like, just off the top of my head, like 3 things that's amazing to me is, man, Jensen Ackles, he popped up later in the seasons and he played like a warped version of Captain America. It's almost like they took like everything that made Captain America who he is and said, what's the total opposite of what he wouldn't do? You got that side. The plane scene early on is still horrific. And to be honest, a character I still miss a lot is Elizabeth Shue's character. And the relationship she had with Homelander. That was sexy and twisted and dark. And then in the very beginning, like when the show starts, my man was engaged to this chick. And man, I forget the name of the character, and he ran right through her. So it's like, oh, my man's holding her arms, like, this is so twisted. I love that show so much, man. Back when we watching in bites. So the show ends in 2026. I'm not sure when it's coming back. If you're a fan of The Boys, what was your favorite season? Who is your favorite character? And I think, and again, like The Walking Dead, they played loose with the graphic novel. I'm not sure about The Boys. If you're a fan of The Boys, how accurate have they been with the graphic novel to the TV show? And what things have they changed? And what do you think the ending would be? I think Homelander lasted this long, but he might have to pay for his sins. He's done so many things. So many things. I love that show. Shout out to my buddy Daryl, man. He tried to get me to watch that show back in 2019. But at least I caught up to him.